Hey, welcome, guys. I know this is different. It's here at Empire Heat Check. We're gonna be doing now a new series. It's gonna be called Heat Check Debate, where two of us are gonna debate topic, and the one mediator is in the middle. So obviously, it's me today, and Chris and Dewell are gonna be debating on who was a better team overall, the 2011 New York Giants or the 2017 Philadelphia Eagles.
Hey,
So what's going on? What's this
nothing.
debate?
Chilling. I'm chilling, bro. I already know the 2011 Giants.
Yeah.
Listen, 9-7 Super Bowl winning team. Have you ever seen a 9-7 Super Bowl winning team like that? No.
No?
They had a top offense. Okay, whatever. Stats. You can put the stats up there. Okay, whatever. But when the Giants needed it, guess what? They were clutch when they needed it.
Yeah.
Since we're talking about the 2017 season, we did it with a backup.
That's what I was gonna say.
Okay, you did it with a backup.
Then nobody believed in us. They thought we were a first round exit.
Okay. Did anybody believe in the Giants? No. You can say the same
We were
thing.
a first round exit. Especially with how we ended the season.
Especially how you ended the season.
Nobody believed in us with Nicole.
Okay. Did you have a gauntlet in the playoffs?
Yes.
What gauntlet?
We were playing prime Julio and prime Matt Ryan.
Okay, I give
We
you
played
that.
a hot Minnesota Vikings team that just beat the Saints.
On a play that was lucky.
But
that play was
they were
lucky.
hot. Yeah.
So that play was not lucky?
I'm not saying it wasn't. It
What?
was.
Marcus Williams did not miss that tackle on Diggs. He did. Diggs?
Wait, are we talking about the NFC Championship?
No. Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about the NFC Championship. Yeah, the Eagles won 38-7.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm talking about before we even played them.
Oh,
But
well,
Minnesota had that crazy.
Marcus Williams
catch. I'm giving you
the same,
I'm saying,
right?
I'm not
Okay,
denying
lucky,
it.
right? Because the Saints would have been in the NFC Championship if that didn't happen. I'm telling you
And
this.
Drew Brees owns us in the playoffs.
I'm gonna tell you this.
Yeah.
Who did Eli have to face? Prime, Matt Ryan, and Julio.
Okay, same thing.
But y'all won 15-10, right?
Yeah.
They won.
Our defense wasn't playing good then.
Okay, but they won 24-2
I know.
in the wild card. Just think about it.
I know.
He beat a prime Aaron Rodgers who just won the Super Bowl that previous year, right?
Okay.
And he beat a nasty Jim Harbaugh team in the 49ers to go to the Super Bowl. And then he beat a prime Brady
overtime game.
for the Giants, right?
Okay. We beat
Yeah.
Tom Brady with a backup. That'll forever haunt his dreams.
Okay, but
Hey,
if
That's
we're
all I'm
talking
gonna
about,
say with
if
that
we're ta-
one.
yeah.
if you're talking about the 2011 Giants, let's sit up here and say this.
Mhm.
Did anybody expect them to go to the Super Bowl or even to the playoffs that year? No. Right?
I mean, their offense was ranked in the top 5.
Okay. But can you name me the receivers? Name me the receivers. Besides Victor Cruz.
Then they had Mr. I.
Nope.
They ain't have him.
Nope. He was on the Jets.
Thomas the Plaxico Bears.
I can name him because I don't even got to look it up.
I don't care.
Listen,
I hate the
Hakeem.
Giants.
Okay. Hold on. Who's better? Alshon Jeffrey or Hakeem Nicks?
Alshon Jeffrey was hurt most of the year.
But when he was playing, who's better? Alshon Jeffrey, right?
Sure.
Okay.
But he was hurt.
Okay.
So he wasn't fully healthy the whole season.
Okay. We can go tight end. Yeah, I had Zach Ertz, who was one of the best tight ends at that time, right?
Well, that's because Carson Wentz does nothing but check it down, but
But-
sure.
Okay. They had Jake Ballard. Do you even know who Jake Ballard is?
Nope.
Exactly my point.
They still had a top 5 offense.
They had Mario Manningham.
Our offense when we had Nick Foles was ranked a lot lower than when we had Carson Wentz in this when he would almost won an MVP.
Okay. Who's a better running back room? Garrett Blunt, Jay Ajayi.
We didn't have them the full season.
Yeah, that was Garrett Blunt the full season. Well, Garrett Blunt was an Eagle for the full season.
Jay Ajayi wasn't. We got him at
Okay.
at the deadline.
Okay, but wasn't he part of the Super Bowl team?
Yeah, but we didn't even use LeTierre Blunt most of the year. We used Darren Sproles.
Okay, who's better? Who has a better running back room is what I'm saying. The Giants or the Eagles? All the Giants had to depend on was Ahmad Bradshaw and Brandon Jacobs.
I'd take both of them over. Now it's over.
Who had a
Ajayi and
who had a better offensive line? The Eagles did, right?
Yeah.
that's the year, yeah. Besides the injuries.
All you could really see on the Giants offensive line was David Deal, Chris Snead, David Boss.
Yeah.
Like who like come on now. Can you even name me some of their cornerbacks? Who had a better cornerbacks?
2011, they didn't have DRC, did they?
Nope. They had Corey Webster. I can name you two. They also had Aaron Ross. That's what I'm saying.
You
Mhm.
can't say that their corners are better than the Eagles.
That's why
We
this is
had,
what I'm saying. There were underdogs all year long.
we had
Yeah.
Ronald Darby who gets burnt on double moves.
But he was good at that
We had a
time.
rookie Jalen Mills.
But they were good at that time.
No, there was a lot of games that both of them were giving up a lot of yards.
Look, compared to the Giants cornerbacks.
Yeah.
You still had a better defensive line than us.
No.
Yep.
What, like-
I'll put on the same. I'll put on the same playing field with what
The Giants had more sacks.
Oh,
No.
Wait. All right.
whoa.
The Giants had more sacks. Look it up.
Yes. No. Sacks allowed. No. Sacks made. Yeah. 48.
They had 48. They went 35.
The 2011 Giants had 48. The
They had
2017
Osi Gimli
Eagles had 30.
They had Justin Tuck and Strahan.
They didn't have Shreya. In
They
20.
But-
still had the other two.
But I will say though, the 2017 Eagles defense was better.
Not their defensive line.
Yeah, but
That's-
still,
Our second.
But that's what the Giants had to depend on. That was it. The whole defensive
yeah,
line.
but you guys only allowed what is it? 1,267 rushing yards. The 2011 Giants allowed 1,940.
I'm saying this right now. Eli was more clutch than both quarterbacks on that team.
The 2011 Giants gave up a lot more yards in passing and rushing than the Eagles did.
Eli
Combined.
was more clutch than Nick Foles and Carson Wentz combined that year. Yes, he was. No,
Playoffs?
yes.
Regular season? No.
Yes.
No.
So hold on. In
Regular
the
season?
do or die, hold on.
Playoffs?
Remember-
Yes.
Hold on. In that do or die game on Sunday night against the Cowboys in 2011, if he does not clutch up and get them their first touchdown when they were down 12 and then get them into field goal range, no, they scored another touchdown, my fault. They would have even had the lead in that game.
We also wouldn't have won the division if it wasn't for Nick.
They wouldn't have won the division if it wasn't for Eli on that Sunday night game
Well, yeah,
against the Cowboys.
That's true. I mean, I got player stats here right here.
Like,
y'all want.
like I'm seeing this right now.
Mhm.
We seen Victor Cruz lost. He went berserk on the Eagles. He had 3 touchdowns. That was his breakout game. He broke out the salsa, the famous salsa that everybody did in 2011. That's what Victor Cruz did.
All right. Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. Let's sit up here and say, like, you could say the 2017 Eagles, before Carson Wentz got hurt, they were the favorites to go to the Super Bowl that year. They were the favorites.
Yeah. But they still managed to even. They still
We went
managed to
from
get the
favorites-
first seed.
We went from favorites to nobody believed in us after.
Okay,
That's
but
where
nobody-
the underdogs
hold
came
on.
from.
hold on. But if I
That's
go back,
literally where that
hold on.
started.
if I go back, nobody believed in the Giants
Mm.
against the Falcons.
Yeah.
Nobody believed in the Giants against the defending Super Bowl champs and the Packers,
Yeah.
which went 15-1, and Eli outdid Aaron Rodgers. Nobody believed in them when they were going up to San Francisco to beat Jim Harbaugh and the 49ers. Nobody believed in them when they beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl either.
Nobody believed in us. The whole time they kept
Okay.
picking against us.
Okay, but who did y'all beat? Y'all beat Matt Ryan and Case Keenum and Brady.
Okay.
Who did the Giants beat? Matt Ryan, Aaron Rodgers, Alex Smith, who was nasty at that time, and Brady? That 2011 Giants team was resilient.
All those quarterbacks you just named were Eagles.
Yeah.
They had all of them beating us.
Okay, but
Every single one of them.
but what's more difficult? You beat
They had Case Keenum beating us.
a backup.
They had him beating us.
Okay. But they had the Giants.
That's where the underdog thing with Eagles even happened. That was our first Super Bowl.
Okay. But nobody believed in the Giants when they won their first Super Bowl. Nobody
Their
believed
first
in.
Super Bowl's in the 90s.
No, I'm talking about with Eli. With Eli,
I'm talking about
Yeah.
their first Super. You said
Yeah.
first Super Bowl. Their first Super Bowl's in the
my
90s.
fault. I meant with Eli.
Well-
Nobody believed in.
with Lloyd Sandler.
Nobody believed in the 07 Giants. Nobody believed in the 2011 Giants to do it again. And guess what? They did it again. With who? Eli Manning. Whether you like it or not, if he's not a Hall of Famer in your book, he's clutch. when you need him the most. He's clutch.
Yeah, I mean, you can.
When they needed him to clutch up, that's what they did.
Yeah.
No matter what.
So Nick's not clutch? Going toe-to-toe with Brady in the Super Bowl,
okay.
where there was no defense whatsoever?
Okay. But we can say the same thing about Eli. Eli didn't go toe-to-toe with Brady twice in the Super Bowl and beat Brady twice? What are we talking about here? Like, come on now.
Look, if I can step in right here, I think in this aspect, I would say maybe Super Bowl. I mean, it is a backup that did all this. Eli was the starter. Nobody thought. Nobody did think that
That's
Nick
one
Foles
thing they
was
got. Okay, but that's one thing they got. But you're going to tell me the 2017 Eagles were in a powerhouse that year?
Not when we had Nick. No one believed in us. They thought we were one and done.
I'm talking about as a whole season. As a
But
whole
we had
season.
Carson, sure.
They were in a powerhouse?
Yeah, well, the Eagles finished the regular season 13-3 and entered the playoffs as the NFC's top seed.
Okay, you got to
Yeah.
back over the number 1 seed.
And the Giants went 9-7 from the regular season and entered the playoffs as a wild card team and then won the Super Bowl.
And here's another thing he's not put into the equation.
Yeah. Okay.
Eli had played in the playoffs before
Nick has played in the playoffs too. He had a playoff experience too.
and lost
Okay, but
to Drew Brees.
if we're talking about a playoff experience,
You're talking about a quarterback that bounced from team to team because of Chip.
he didn't bounce team to team because of Chip. He was on the Eagles first.
And then he left because of Chip. Because Chip wanted Sammy Sleeves. And he just basically was saying that he didn't even want to play football before he went to the Chiefs.
Okay.
Comes to us to be a mentor. Not even to play. Just be a mentor to Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
Ends up getting that job when Carson blew out his knee against the Rams. Played ass all at the end of the regular season. We looked terrible.
He didn't look that bad towards the end of the regular season.
No,
He didn't. No, he didn't. Nick Foles.
The eye test, he looked bad.
We're going,
That offense was not clicking with him at the end of the season.
bro, there was games that I was watching that he had 3 touchdowns, 2 touchdowns. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
My thing is, who had a tougher schedule? The Eagles that year or the Giants?
Do you want to go through both team schedules?
I can already know. The Giants played the Redskins for the first game, lost.
We'll do the whole Giants schedule.
Mhm.
All right. They played week 1 against Washington, lost 14-28. Week 2 comes around. This is when they were the St. Louis Rams, by the way.
They
yeah.
skipped that. They sucked.
Yeah, they
They
won
won.
28
That was a Monday
16.
night game.
Then they played the Eagles week 3, beat the Eagles 29-16.
Mhm.
Week 4 comes around, Arizona Cardinals. They beat them 31-27.
They came back and won that game.
They lost in week 5 to Seattle, 25-36.
Mhm.
Week 6, they played the Bills. They beat them 27-24.
Mhm.
Week
They had to come back and win that game.
Week 7, they had a bye.
Mhm.
Then they played Week 8 against the Dolphins.
They had to
They
come back.
won
They had to come-
2017.
Had to come back and won.
17.
Mhm.
Week 9, the Patriots 24-20. They win.
They won on game-winning drive by who? Fucking Eli and fucking Mint.
Week 10, they put San Fran 20 they lose 20-27.
Mhm.
Then they lose again in week 11 to the Eagles 10-17.
Mhm.
Then they lost a third straight to the Saints 24-49.
Saints were a nasty team at that
Then
time.
week 13, they lose again on a 4-game losing streak
Mhm.
against the Packers 35-38.
Mhm.
The week 14, they played the Cowboys. They beat them 37-34. They lose to the Redskins in week 15, 10-23. They beat the Jets week 16,
I remember that game.
29-14, which is your team.
Mhm.
Week 17, they played the Cowboys. They won 31-14. And then they go into the wild card, and they beat the Atlanta Falcons 24-2.
Mhm. Yeah.
Then they play the Packers again in the divisional round, 37-20. Then the NFC Championship, they go to overtime with the Niners, 20-17, and they win.
Mhm.
Then they go to the Super Bowl against the Patriots, 21-17.
So they went on a 5-game losing streak in that span, or 4.
Well, actually, and to be fair, they beat Brady in the regular season.
So he beat Brady twice
Yeah, in that regular
in the
season.
same season. But he had to have a clutch job in order to win that game. Well, you're a team trying to go for a push and a run in the Super Bowl, and you go on a 4-game losing streak. That's not supposed to happen. That never happens.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see that nowadays? A team goes on a 5-game, 4-game losing streak.
No, I was going to say the fucking Panthers from this year, but
But I'm talking about
yeah, no.
when they act like a Super Bowl actual
Yeah.
like team.
Mm-hmm.
No. They were resilient, comeback kids. Eli was clutch.
Yeah.
Whenever they needed Eli to go win games, he was clutch.
Mm-hmm.
When the Giants, I'll break it down to you. The Giants defense, was it good? No. Was it average? Yeah, maybe. So,
Yeah.
but when they needed the defense to get key stops,
Uh-huh.
that's when they got them.
Okay.
Because there was a lot of times that quarterbacks against that Giants defense missed wide open throws.
Yeah.
To end the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's either they were off target or the receivers dropped the easy pass.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
Would you want me to go over the entire schedule for the 2017 Eagles?
I can. I'm already looking at it.
You want to? I mean, I can do.
I can tell you without even looking at it.
Yeah.
Blew out Washington.
That was
Week
Washington
1,
wasn't good at that
30
time.
30-7,
Got our ass beat by the Chiefs.
27.
That was Alex Smith.
Then we played the Giants and won off of a field goal from Jake Elliott.
Yep, 27-24.
Then we beat the Chargers.
Chargers weren't good at that time.
26-24.
Then we blew out the Cardinals.
34-7.
Then we beat Cam Newton on prime time. He
20.
threw multiple picks,
28-23.
and he looked like ass.
Okay.
Then we had a 10-point game with the Commanders, which at that time I'm pretty sure they weren't the Commanders at that.
No, they were still the Redskins.
Exactly.
34-24.
Then we blew out the Niners.
33-10.
Then we really blew out the Broncos. Yeah, y'all are still fraud pussies.
Yeah, 51-23. Then you guys had a bye in
We-
week 10.
Then we blew out the Cowboys.
37-9.
Then we beat the Bears, blew them out.
31-3.
Then we lost to Seattle because
10-24.
Russ owned us at that fucking time.
Yeah.
Then all hell broke loose because the Rams game was when we lost Carson Wentz,
Yeah, and that you guys won 43-35.
which Nick Foles had to throw a game-winning touchdown to win. Then we beat the Giants.
34-29.
Then we almost lost to the Raiders.
Yeah, and they were Oakland at that time.
We threw where Nick Foles threw one touchdown and one pick and was sacked multiple times,
Yeah, 19-10.
which is one of the games I'm saying he did not look good in.
My bad.
No, you did.
Then we lost to the Cowboys.
Yeah. 0-6.
Nick Foles threw 11 passes, threw a pick, and got sacked 4 times.
But that was
We went into the playoffs on a losing streak, just like the Giants.
Then you guys had a bye. And then
hold on.
they had a
That week,
divisional.
hold on.
but-
That week, hold on. That week 17 game, they could have just sat their starters. They already clinched the division and the bye week at that time.
Yeah, but they didn't want to do that because Nick had to play all year.
Look at him.
Yeah, because then that would have been on to.
Then we were inches away
that
from
was
losing to
3-8.
Atlanta, which everybody was clowning us about, saying that's why they didn't
Yeah.
believe in us.
In the divisional
Because
round,
they're
15-10.
This close to having Julio monster fucked out of Jalen Mills.
And then you guys
Then we blew out the fucking Vikings.
in the NFC Championship, 38-7. And then Super Bowl,
Both teams had over 500 yards.
yeah, played the
There was
Patriots,
no defense.
41-33.
Besides 2 plays that I can think of, and our defense showed up.
Yeah.
Malcolm Jenkins smacking the fuck out of Brandon Cooks,
Mhm.
and Brandon Graham strip sacking Brady to win the game.
So you tell me whose schedule's harder.
Well, look, as what I'm looking at, by any looks of it, if you just look at it on paper, the Giants looked like they had the harder schedule because at the same time they were whooping teams. The 2017 Eagles, they were whooping teams. They were blowing teams out.
Yeah, before Carson Wentz got hurt.
But
Yeah.
When he got hurt, were we blowing teams out?
But did they?
No, they were close.
Did they have a long ass losing streak, like a long one?
No, because they kept winning, losing, or win, buy, win, lose, win.
But ever since Nick Foles came in, we weren't dominant at all.
Yep, which is true.
So, my point stands.
No, but the Giants, they had tougher teams to face in front of them, knowing that their defense wasn't that good.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You're ignoring the fact that we had a backup quarterback come in halfway through the season
Okay, but you had good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball.
that were not showing up because they did not have chemistry with him.
Alshon Jeffrey was balling on one shoulder, dog.
He had no chemistry with him. He only had one game where he threw 4 touchdowns. The other ones he threw 1 touchdown and 1 pick. And then the other game he didn't even throw a touchdown. He just threw a pick. And was sacked multiple times.
And I mean, both of these seasons, they obviously went undefeated in the playoffs because,
Yeah.
The Giants scored more points in their playoff run than the Eagles did.
Yeah, because their offense was nasty. It wasn't the
Yeah.
offense's problem. It was the defense. The defense was average that year for the Giants. Dion,
There's no chemistry with our offense going into the playoffs.
you had Michael Boley at linebacker. You had Dion Grant at safety. The
Yeah.
only person that was actually good in the back end of that secondary on Trell Roll, and that was it. Corey Webster wasn't that good. I'm being honest with you.
Yeah.
Aaron Ross wasn't that good either. Their linebackers weren't that good. They had trust in their defensive line.
And
That was it.
the Giants allowed a lot more points in their season than the Eagles did. What? By 100. 100
All right,
points.
bet. If Carson Wentz doesn't get hurt, do they still win that Super Bowl?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
You don't think
No.
he was an MVP before he got hurt?
I know he was.
He was the MVP.
Yeah, well, because before Carson got hurt, he played 13 games, had 265 completions with 440 attempts, 3,296 yards, 33 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions.
Knowing what I know now,
Uh-huh.
I think he would have choked.
You think so?
We're talking about,
Yeah.
It's 2017. Throw out the future.
Mm-hmm.
It's about that year and the Giants.
I don't know, because he was having an MVP season.
That's what I'm saying. I think he would have won that Super Bowl.
I
Yes.
think so.
Yes. You want to know why? You take away Eli Manning from that team. Are they winning that Super Bowl? With David Carr?
He only had through 20 yards. David Carr. But
Without Eli, they're not winning that Super Bowl, dude.
all right, so there's like
I'm saying
there's
Carson Wentz ain't winning that Super Bowl because
Yeah,
he didn't have a playoff experience. He wasn't in the playoffs. He wasn't ready.
yeah, okay. I totally get that one. And
And the thing with Nick Foles was there was zero chemistry. They had to flip the whole playbook up going into the playoffs.
They were just running RPOs.
They had to change the whole playbook because
Carson Wentz
Carson was running. Nick was not running.
Carson was running the same thing, RPOs. Yes, he was. He was an RPO quarterback. Yes, he was.
They had to change the whole playbook.
If you go back and watch that 2017 team, he was running a lot of RPOs that year. He really was.
They had to change the whole playbook. How are you telling me about my team?
Because I watched them every Sunday that year. Every Sunday.
so
They ran RPOs like it was nothing. How many times did we see Carson Wentz run an RPO? How many times did we see Nick Foles run an RPO in the playoffs?
They had to change the playbook. I'm telling you. Nick Foles came out and said it. That there's a lot of shit that Carson was running that he was not going to be able to run.
The only thing Nick
Because
Foles
Carson can't get out the fucking pocket.
yeah,
the only thing that Carson Wentz had over Nick Foles was speed.
I'd say an arm.
Yeah.
Carson
I'd
had
say arm too.
Carson had a better arm than Nick Foles because there's obviously the stuff coming out, with LaShawn and all them.
There's Rose
Yeah, and they're talking about how he didn't want to check it down.
to the running back. They want to just throw it to the tight end every time. And that's why Zach Ertz ended up having one of the best tight end seasons of all time.
Yeah.
The 11 Giants are just a better story
Well-
than 2017 Eagles.
Well, let's see. Also, I think because Eli played 20 games, right? In the 2011 season, he played 20 of them, compared to Carson, who only played 13. So 7 games.
We're putting them both in the equation of Nick Foles and Carson.
Eli had 465 completions to 752 attempts.
Mhm.
He had 6,152 yards.
Including the playoffs.
Yeah. 38 touchdowns to 17 interceptions.
Mhm.
I will say, though, Carson had damn near almost, if he didn't get hurt, he would have probably been throwing over 40 touchdown passes. I still think 13 games, 7 games of minus that, Carson still was on track to look like he had was going to have a better season.
Eli did more with less talent.
Which, see, that's why we're here.
Eli,
That's why we're here.
he did more work.
We
with
can
less
debate that.
When Hakeem Nicks left the Giants,
Yeah.
didn't do shit.
Yeah. Okay.
Victor Cruz, after he left the Giants, didn't do shit.
Yeah.
Mario Manahan left the Giants, didn't do shit. Amal Bradshaw left the Giants, didn't do shit. Brandon Jacobs left and didn't do shit.
Mm-hmm.
Jake Ballard.
You could say the same thing about Eagles players, though. What did Alshon do after that season?
Okay, he
Nothing.
okay. Zach Ertz, he still isn't nothing.
That's the only person you can name.
LeGarrette Blount was still a force after he left.
No, he was.
Yes, he was on the Patriots. Yes, he was. He went back to the Patriots, and yes, he was. Let's not I don't like the disrespect to LeGarrette Blount. I don't like the disrespect. LeGarrette Blount was like that. Like, let's stop. That's what I'm saying. Like, do you even know who Bear Pascal is?
No.
He was their backup tight end. He was their fullback too. He ain't do nothing. Eli did more with less talent and won a Super Bowl, won a chip on the back of him. That last job,
Okay.
him just throwing dots. It was nuts. You're throwing the defenders right here, so all draped over the wide receiver, right?
Yeah.
And then you got the safety coming down, safety right here, and he fits that ball in that small, tiny window that only a few quarterbacks can make in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like, come on now. He outplayed Brady twice in the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Twice. Not once, but twice.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
Well, all right.
There were more. The 2017 Eagles were more of a powerhouse team in 2017. The 2011 Giants, nobody believed in at all.
Okay.
Except if you were a Giants fan. And that was it.
When you're talking about LeGarrette Blount, right?
Yeah.
What do you mean by after? What you're talking about after they won the Super Bowl that he went on to do stuff?
He wasn't bad. Like, he wasn't bad at all.
He didn't go to New England. He went to Detroit.
Oh, he did go to Detroit, but he wasn't bad, my fault. I got mixed up because I thought I'll take that.
He had more touchdowns than he did on that Eagles game that year.
That's also because he wasn't playing with us. He had Jay Ajayi in most of the season.
But that's what I'm saying. He's still.
Well,
And he used Darren Sproles
he
more
played-
than him, too.
He played 16 games, LeGarrette Blount, in the 2017. He had 173 attempts to 766 yards.
They used Jay Ajayi more than they
Yeah.
used him.
Okay. Listen.
But he's acting like LeGarrette
Well-
Blount was a scrub.
Well, then in 2018, LeGarrette Blount had a downfall. I know he had 5 touchdowns that season, but he went from having 766 yards to 418 yards.
Yeah. But he's acting like he's a
Yeah.
scrub, though.
But that was his last year playing.
Yeah. But he's acting
So
like
what did he do when he left us? Like I said,
But you acting
Nothing.
like he didn't do nothing for the Eagles. You acting like he didn't do nothing in this league.
He
acting
really
like-
didn't. He didn't do nothing really for the Eagles. He only
didn't.
had 2 touchdowns, and that was
The
about
only
it.
time he really did something for us was in the
Uh,
Super Bowl, where he had 90 rushing yards.
Yeah,
Most of the year was Jay Ajayi and Darren Sproles.
Darren Sproles didn't play in that Super Bowl, buddy.
Yeah, because he got injured.
his
Against
best
Washington.
year
was in 2016.
That was with the Patriots.
Yeah, he had 18 touchdowns.
That's
He-
what I'm saying. He's
but-
not a scrub.
No,
though.
yeah, but he went from having 18 touchdowns to having 2 touchdowns
No,
to
because
having 5.
he was slow. He was on the back end
Yeah.
of his career, but he's not no scrub. That's what I'm trying to say here. He's
Yeah.
not a scrub.
Yeah, no, I
When-
get that one. Yeah,
When I talk about LeGarrette Blount, he makes a face like he wasn't. I'm not saying he was great. He was good. He was serviceable. I would rather have a lot of more players on that Eagles 2017 than the 2011 Giants team.
okay. So, in your opinion, if they played now, like, if both teams
Oh,
actually
the Eagles
played,
are smashing them.
like
Eagles are
in
smashing
prime, like the way that they were playing during that season, you think the Eagles beat them?
Yes. Yes. Don't give Eli that ball when it's 1 minute left on the clock.
Okay, yeah, but hold up, you're debating on they're a better team though.
Yes,
yeah.
on paper, if we're talking about on paper,
Yeah.
physically, yes. The Giants were not supposed to be in the Super Bowl. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The Giants did everything they can. Eli did everything he can to make sure, I'm getting my team to the playoffs.
Yeah, but I would also say in argument for if I'm playing devil's advocate and playing both sides here.
Who would you take
See,
if you had to pick on paper?
if we're back in 2017,
Mhm.
I don't think I'd have faith in the Eagles. I'm first saying that because
Is this after Carson got hurt?
after Carson gets hurt, you're in with a backup that hasn't played, and and Carson was playing like a fucking MVP candidate.
Yeah.
He was-
Carson was putting that team on the
yeah,
back.
Carson was cooking, and then he goes out. It's almost like right now for me, Joe Burrow.
There
goes
were
out.
multiple times that Carson Wentz was making shit happen like he was Mahomes.
Yeah, it's like,
So was Eli.
and then I would also on that aspect, but see,
4-game losing streak.
they're on a 4-game losing streak. Yeah, I would say they had. If we're debating on story wise, it's kind of neck and neck because you got this team that should have never been there. Then you got this team
That has never won it.
that's never won it, but also
50 plus years.
yeah,
You always like to
yes.
say
But
that.
like this is their first Super Bowl and
How long
against
did it
this
take you to
dominant.
win
No,
one?
it took y'all 83 years.
Yeah, but like
See, you had to
this
correct
is
me with
yeah,
it. So my point is fucking proven right there.
but like
It took
but there was-
83 years.
But hold on, no.
83 years.
Okay,
you clowned us.
okay.
You said it took you 83 years to win one Super Bowl.
Okay,
So why would that make that
but you want to say
not better than the Giants?
'cause-
The Giants already had three
okay, but you want to
three
say
Super Bowls. At that
okay,
time.
but the lack of talent they had on that roster, Chris, the lack of talent, bro. You had a great defensive line, a great defense, a great offense. What did the Giants have?
What do we clown him for all the time? He don't got a Super Bowl, right? His team. He don't got a Super Bowl, right?
We're talking about. We can't talk about
No,
this.
hold on.
Yeah.
I'm getting to a point.
yeah, okay.
We clown him about no Super Bowls, right?
You mostly clown them. I don't.
You have.
I have, but not all
on
the
the
time.
on the
You have.
But not all the time.
right here at this table.
You have.
But like, if you're talking about the Jets, yeah, I'm gonna talk my shit.
yeah,
But if so,
But-
again, I'm pretty sure it's more of a magical run with a team that has never won it than a team that has three already, and one with that same quarterback that you're hyping up.
And Chris, are we thinking the same thing? Because buddy, was Eli supposed to win that first Super Bowl? Was he supposed to win that first one? Yes or no?
Was Nick Foles supposed to beat Brady?
No. But was Eli supposed to win that too? Was he supposed to take down the 18-0 Patriots? No.
Were the Eagles supposed to even be there? No.
Chris,
We had 0 Super Bowls.
Eli,
We had a losing streak in the Super Bowl like we're the Niners.
but the Niners have Super Bowls. You guys didn't.
We have a losing streak in the Super Bowl before we go to that game. Never won it. 1980, we
Yeah.
lost.
I will say though.
2004, we lost because my favorite quarterback of all time decided I'm gonna fucking choke and
No, he
start throwing up on the field.
He always choked. Let's not talk about McNabb. He always
But
choked.
we were already on a losing streak in
Yeah.
Super Bowls.
Okay.
We were not supposed to be there. Everybody doubted us the whole year.
The Giants were on a losing streak in the Super Bowl too.
But nobody's gonna doubt Eli when he already has one ring.
Yeah, what?
Like you just said, that they won the Super Bowl because
They were
put it on his back.
Chris. You guys went to the Super Bowl 13-3. They went to the Super Bowl 9-7 on a 4-game losing streak during
That
their season.
13-3 came from a different quarterback.
Yo,
Came from a different quarterback. The same way that Eli put that team on his back was what Carson was doing with the Eagles. Nick Foles didn't put us on his back until the Super Bowl.
Chris, you had one of the best tight ends. You didn't have no scrunch at wide receiver.
What?
We were not supposed
Nelson
to.
Aguilar?
He actually had a great year that year.
Yeah, I know. But
The one good
Victor-
year he had.
Victor Cruz had a better season. Akeem Nicks had one, and
Eli put him on the map.
Mario Manningham
Eli put him on the map.
had a better. But if we're also talking, the 2011 Giants had a better lead tackle. No, better leader in tackles.
Yeah.
In Antrell Roll.
Yeah, that was the only
And-
saving grace on the back end of that secondary.
How many receiving yards did
He was better
Victor
than he was better than Malcolm Jenkins.
How many
Yeah.
receiving yards did
I mean, if we're comparing both. Who?
Victor Cruz?
He had 1,500.
He had 1,500.
No. Victor Cruz, that entire season, he played 20 games, 103 receptions, 1,805 yards.
Oh,
So-
we're talking about
so-
the whole season. I thought we were talking about the regular season.
So you're
If we're talking about the
and 10
regular season,
touchdowns.
if we're talking about the regular season, I was saying 1,500 because he had 1,500.
Yeah, well, I don't know
So what
They
you're
the whole-
saying
because they both.
is the person that he keeps naming that was the best receiver on the Eagles
Mhm.
didn't even have 1,000 yards.
No. Wait, what do you mean?
Alshon Jeffrey
Yeah, Alshon
had
Jefferson.
700 receiving yards.
No, he had 19 games played.
789 receiving
He's
yards.
talking about in the whole season.
Yeah,
including the
1,008.
That's counting the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm counting the entire season.
But I'm talking
Yeah.
about in the
Alright,
regular
but-
season.
Hold on.
Yeah.
You want to do
Both
that? I'm
touchdowns.
playing devil's advocate right now. Did we know who Victor Cruz was before this season? Before that 2011 season? No. Did we know who Alshon Jeffrey was before that season? Yes, because he was nasty on the Bears.
Yeah, 2 seasons where he had over 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
But did he do that?
Victor
On
Cruz
for the Eagles?
Okay,
No, right?
but Victor Cruz was a standout in the preseason, bro.
But here's the thing.
He only did dirty work in the preseason.
Same person you're hyping up didn't have a single season over 1,000 yards for the Eagles.
Eli
He
Manning.
was 200 yards off his highest season with the Eagles with 800.
Eli Manning put this man on the map.
We had Mr. Butterfingers, Nelson Aguilar.
Bro,
We had Torrey Smith, who didn't do shit besides one crazy catch in the NFC Championship.
bro.
Well, that was his first. He played 2010.
No, but he tore the ACL.
Yeah, he only played 3 games.
How many yards did he have?
0 because he only played 3, I think.
Because he tore his ACL.
Yeah. Then he comes back and he has his. He's only played 6 years.
Yeah.
That was his best year in
Yeah.
2011 was
And who put him up?
1,536.
Who's throwing him the ball? Who put him on the map?
Eli. But then he
Pretty much.
he went Yeah.
Victor Cruz had how many yards in the regular season?
regular season 1,000
1,500.
1,536.
What about the other receivers on that team?
No, 192 yards in the regular season from Hakeem Nicks.
So 2 receivers with over 1,000 yards.
Yeah, but then Mario Manningham had 523.
So what you're telling me is Alshon Jeffrey
Mhm.
had 700.
Mhm.
No. He put in the whole.
Yeah, no, but right
he
now,
said regular season.
right now, right here, because he asked for regular season.
I said regular season. Torrey Smith had 430.
It's okay. How much did it? Yeah, okay.
Alshon had 700.
Okay. Yeah, but you gotta also count in Zach Ertz on that one.
Yup. Think what?
With
That's one receiver.
yeah.
I mean,
They had multiple receivers over 1,000 yards.
but how many? yards?
We only had one.
In the regular season. Which is true.
Do you want to add all that up?
We only had one.
Your top 3 versus the Giants' top 3?
They would automatically have more than 2 1,000-yard receivers.
Yeah.
But what did they do after that? What do I have to say more? Victor Cruz didn't do shit after that. Hakeem Nicks didn't do shit for the Colts after that, bro.
What did Torrey Smith do when he left the Eagles?
Okay,
190 yards. What did Alshon do?
he sucked.
Nothing.
But who's more name known? Whose name is known besides Victor Cruz? Hold on. Besides Victor Cruz, whose name is known on that Giants top 3 in receivers?
You can say the same.
You're
thing
gonna
about
put
the
Timmy
Eagles.
Jurgens? You're gonna put Timmy Jurgens in that conversation?
You can say the same thing about the Eagles.
You're gonna put Ramsey Barden in that conversation too?
You putting Nelson Aguilar on that list?
Nelson Aguilar had a great year that year. We're not gonna talk about it.
So you're putting Torrey Smith up there?
Torrey Smith was out of his prime. My thing is this: you want to sit here, right, and do that? Who was on your defensive line? Chris Long,
Rotational guy.
Derek Barnett, Fletcher
Rookie.
Cox,
Okay.
Brandon Graham.
But Brandon Graham was close to the end of his career, sure.
Well, he was still doing nasty work, right?
10 and a half sacks.
Did.
He was the sack leader of that team.
Who?
Brandon Graham with 10 and a half sacks.
So,
But Jason Pierre-Paul had 17.
because he had a breakout year.
Yeah,
He had to
How
come.
many did
Hold
OC have?
on.
12 and a half.
Exactly.
Okay, but they did this with those two because you got to remember.
And Fletcher Cox had
Hold on.
6 and a half.
But Justin Tuck was hurt. Their most known pass rusher before JPP
Mhm.
and OC.
Mhm.
Justin Tuck was hurt a lot in that season,
Okay.
so they had to pick up the slack.
Yeah.
My thing is this: you could put you want to say the Giants' defensive line is better? Okay, whose secondary was better? Thank you very much.
Actually, if we're doing that, Corey Webster, right, played 20 games, 6 interceptions, 71 yards, no touchdowns. Kenny Phillips, 19 games played, 4 interceptions, 50 yards, and 0
I don't
touchdowns.
think any of the fucking Eagles players had anywhere near those.
Aaron Ross, 20 games played, 4 interceptions, 19 yards. But I'm only gonna do 3 here because
It's probably going to be Malcolm Jenkins.
or Patrick Robinson had 19 games played, 5 interceptions, 86 yards, 1 touchdown.
Pick 6 against Vikings.
Corey Graham, played 17 games, 3 interceptions, 73 yards, 0 touchdowns. Rodney McLeod.
Yep.
Okay. Junior, 17 games played, 3 interceptions, 67 yards. And then
Ronald Jenkins.
Ronald Darby, 3 interceptions, 42 yards.
Come on.
Jalen Mills.
Ronald Darby was getting burnt daily.
Come on now.
Well,
Come
for
on
some reason, it's only showing me
Ronald Darby was getting
3
yeah.
interceptions.
daily.
It's probably their leader. It's probably their leaders.
But I would say that you guys had better interception numbers than. I mean, the Giants in the 2011 had better interceptions
when that came
than
in the
the
playoffs.
2017.
In the playoffs.
Yes. Okay.
That's a
Yeah.
lot.
Yep.
Because where were they at in the regular season? Nowhere to be found.
Hey, bro. It's when you step up because
Who you ready to take him? Who you taking? Kenny Phillips or Malcolm Jenkins?
First off, Malcolm Jenkins is not a corner.
No, Kenny Phillips is a safety. Thank you.
Obviously, I'm taking Malcolm Jenkins because that's the second best safety that the Eagles have ever had.
Thank you very much.
You just named the best player on that defense.
all right. Well, all right.
Look.
Yeah.
Eli, this team's better.
Mhm.
Okay.
You said the
Yeah.
2011.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Because you want to put the underdog story. When y'all were the number 1 seed, we're underdog story. Okay, I get it. It's a backup. Okay, but y'all still had a great team around them. Am I wrong? No. Okay.
We're still underdogs because
How is that
believed in us.
underdog? That shouldn't be underdogs. When
No one believed in us. It doesn't matter about the number 1 seed once you get to the playoffs.
the Giants were the number 3 seed, buddy, at 9-7.
No one cared about us being the number 1 seed when Nick Foles was our quarterback.
Buddy,
You can look it up. No one believed in us.
the Giants had a harder run than you guys in the playoffs.
No one believed in us.
Can you answer my question? Who had a harder run?
That's fine.
That's one of the biggest main points. Who
My
had a harder
point is,
run?
Again, you had a quarterback that had Super Bowl experience on that team, correct?
You want to bring up the Super Bowl experience? If we're bringing up that, we're just talking about a team who had no chance in the playoffs, blew out the Falcons, beat Can we talk about it?
Mm.
Okay, they beat the Falcons at
Yeah.
home because
Yeah.
they won the division
Yeah.
at a wild card game. They go up to Lambeau Field and embarrass the Packers. Then they go to San Francisco and beat the 49ers in overtime. Then they go to Indianapolis, and guess what? Eli Manning said, "Fuck you, Tom Brady," 2 times. Thank you very much.
It just proved my point.
What?
Fuck yeah. What point? What point? I want to know.
Eli was able to beat him multiple times.
Thank you. Did he get carried? Did Eli get carried?
You literally just said.
Hold on. No.
Yeah.
Back, right?
Did Eli get carried?
Yes or no? Did Eli put that team on the
Yes.
Did
But
you
you-
in 2007 as well?
Yes. You better not bring up Michael Strahan
So
either,
here-
because the fact that Michael Strahan was on his
Here's the
last
thing.
legs.
Here's the thing with what you just said.
Uh,
He already had Super Bowl experience and put that team on his back,
yeah.
correct?
Okay.
Yes.
Did anyone believe in Nick Foles to put the fucking Eagles on his back at all?
Okay. Only the
So you
Eagles.
say we keep talking
We
about
can,
the underdog.
we can say this. Hold on.
No one believed in Nick Foles.
We can say the same thing. Only Eagles fans and the Eagles team believe in Nick Foles. Nobody believed in
No, because
Eli
if you
besides
go look-
Giants and
buddy, if you
Giant fans.
go listen to the commentary on WIP and all that other shit, no one believed in Nick Foles. I thought we were done. As an Eagles fan.
I could go to WFAN. Nobody believed in Eli.
No
What are
one
we
believed
getting
in a
at here?
quarterback that already won a Super Bowl.
Buddy, you know how hard it is?
No one believed in a quarterback
hold on,
that
whoa,
already
wait,
finished the
Hold on,
job.
but I also think you two are getting out of it because now it's like almost proven that.
Hold on, I
team
can
was
bring up a
worse.
factor too. On the Michael K show on the WFAN in New York, it had Eli Manning in an interview. The interviewer asked him if he's on the same level of Brady in the top 5. He said yes. So guess what? What the fuck did Eli do? He went out there and showed it and won a fucking Super Bowl and Super Bowl MVP.
Again,
And then,
That's what he did. He backed up his
my
statement.
point.
No, he backed up his statement.
you're proving
When you're going on an interview and you're saying that I'm in the same level as Brady, you know what you gotta go do, right? Go win that motherfucker.
he had to, or unless he. But at the same time,
He already did it.
Foles, they both won Super Bowl MVP.
he already did it
No,
once.
okay,
So of course he's gonna say that because he knows he could do it again.
no.
Nick Foles never did it.
The Giants were in a good team going into that year, Chris.
Yeah, but they already beat them.
They already did it. He already knows
But the
he could
teams
do it
are
again.
different. The teams are
Yeah.
different from 2007 to 2011, though.
You know it's not
Yeah.
different? That quarterback that you keep naming.
What?
That
Tom
wasn't different. No. The quarterback
No.
that was on the Giants.
Bro.
Was he different?
Bro,
Hold on.
Did they have a different quarterback in
No.
both of those Super Bowl
No, he
games?
played from 2004 all the way to 2019.
that's not my fault. I give up on quarterback so quick.
We didn't give up on Nick Foles.
Right after that Super Bowl, y'all went to the playoffs and lost. And then guess what? He wasn't the quarterback no more.
Oh, that's because Carson.
Carson was our future.
All right,
At the
bet.
time. What
So
are
you want to say
talking
this?
about?
You want to say this? The Patriots offense. You got a Tom Brady, Danny Woodhead. I'm blinking on the other running back. You have Rob Gronkowski, Aaron Hernandez, Chad Ochocinco, Wes Welker. What are we talking about here, bro? And he did it twice.
Still ignoring my point.
What's the point?
Eli already did it. Nick
Okay,
never
you can say.
did it
Okay, is it harder to beat Brady once or twice? Tell me that.
once.
Well, I'd say twice, but at the same time, Eli already knew how to beat him. He already knew how to beat that team.
See, he had a weaker team than 07.
Yeah, but we're not talking about 07. We're talking about
Okay.
2011. From what I'm looking at here, they already beat them. So, which,
If it wasn't for that clutch drive, hold on. If it wasn't for that clutch drive that he did to get the game-winning touchdown,
Then you say you already beat him earlier in that season?
yes.
on a clutch game-winning drive, they were losing
But-
that whole entire game throughout the game.
In the Super Bowl, Eli, he threw a game-winning 88-yard drive in the final minutes, including the famous 38-yard sideline pass to Mario Manningham.
Thank you.
But I think,
Without that,
but I think Nick Foles had a better Keith moment in the Super Bowl than Eli did.
off of the Philly special,
It was a iconic Philly special trick play where he became the first QB in history, Super Bowl history to catch a touchdown pass, despite the interception he threw already. He outdueled Brady in a high scoring game. Like,
The only thing you didn't have more than them was passing yards. Because Brady threw for
If
500.
Eli ever throw a pick in the Super Bowl,
no,
safety.
well,
Never
no,
turn. He
that's
never turned no.
He already did it.
He never turned. No, both Super Bowls that he's been in, he never threw a pick. But if we're just talking about the 2011 season,
yeah, we're just talking. Yeah,
Eli, 2011 Giants had a harder path to get to the Super Bowl than the Eagles did.
and Eli only threw one touchdown pass in that.
Yeah, that was to Victor Cruz.
Yeah.
And Nick threw 3.
Yep.
Okay.
One was a dot to Corey Clement in the back of the end zone.
They're both similar going into this in the Super Bowl though. Between both of these QBs, their stats are similar, but it's just Eli got sacked 3 times and lost 14 yards in the Super Bowl. Nick never got sacked.
But what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
they had it. I'm saying that because it's debate, right?
Yeah.
The 2011 Giants
Uh-huh.
had a tougher route to get to the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
even get to the
Yeah.
playoffs at
Right,
that,
yeah.
than the Eagles did.
Mhm.
The Eagles had a cakewalk that year.
So that makes them the better team because they had a hump.
They were resilient. Nobody believed in them. They were 9-7 going into the playoffs.
The whole
Chris.
thing is, who's the better team?
Oh,
Just because they're resilient
They
doesn't
both-
make them the better team.
They both won Super Bowl, so we could say the Giants are the better team.
Have I said this yet?
That's the whole point of this argument.
Yeah, but
The better team.
did I say this
The
yet?
Giants,
Didn't you tell me multiple times that there's multiple players you'd rather have on the Eagles than the Giants?
on paper, yes.
Look, have I said this yet here? On the Eagles had a stronger regular season with a better record, more points scored, and a better defense. The 2011 Giants, however, overcame a mediocre regular season with a dominant playoff run, allowing fewer points per game in the postseason. 14.0 points per game versus the Eagles' 16.7 points per game. Overall, the Eagles edged out in total wins and defensive efficiency across the whole
So
season.
that would make them the better team.
No,
That would make them the better team.
it's not all about stats. It's not all about stats. It also has to do with storylines. Like, what are we talking about here?
Storylines. We're playing with a backup quarterback with all that talent that you just said we have. That makes us a better team, correct?
No,
You literally just said that
no, not
we
at
have a better
all.
team than the Giants.
Y'all went 13-3, Chris.
We were
Y'all
number
went
one seed,
13.
right?
They were the number 3 seed with a 9-7 record. I can name you the teams that were in the 2011 playoffs that were better than the Giants and should have beaten the Giants or took them out the fucking playoffs. The Saints that year, they weren't better than the Giants. Tell me that.
The Saints were better than both of our teams that we're arguing right now.
The Falcons weren't better than the Giants in 2011.
The Falcons were better than the Eagles in the
The,
playoffs.
the 2011 Packers weren't better. The 2011 49ers weren't better because they took out Drew Brees in the playoffs that year.
So how does that make the Giants a better team?
Because they beat half those teams to get to the Super Bowl. Then they beat the juggernaut Patriots.
Would you rather have a Garrett Blunt or their running back?
I'd rather have LeGarrette Blunt.
Would you rather have Alshon Jeffrey or any receiver on the Giants besides Victor Cruz?
Honestly, I'd rather have Giants running back.
Amon Bradshaw he was okay.
Yeah, but he was doing more work in that season than.
That was his best season. That was his best season.
would you
Yeah,
rather
but
have Zach
we're
Ertz or
talking
Tight end?
specifically
about these 2 seasons.
Hold on.
Would
So
you rather
we're,
have Zach Ertz or their tight end?
we're really talking about Jake Ballard versus Zach Ertz.
Who's better?
Zach Ertz.
Obviously,
Yeah.
why are we talking about Jake
Who
Ballard?
was the better quarterback that season, Eli or Carson Wentz?
Eli had more clutch moments, so I'm going with Eli.
If Carson didn't get hurt, it would have been Carson. But we're looking at it not about ifs. It was Eli.
Eli
Which
had
secondary would you rather have?
the Eagles. The Giants weren't supposed to be in the playoffs,
So
dog.
which team's better?
You can't say that off of player stats and what's on paper. The Eagles had a better team, okay? But the Giants
That's the
didn't.
whole point of this.
No,
You
no,
said-
no, no, no,
Yeah,
no.
yeah, debate.
You just
No.
said it.
But the Giants had a better storyline.
They can have a better storyline. We had the better team, and that's
Okay.
the whole point of this
Hold on.
argument. Stupid.
Hold on. They beat.
What?
Hold on. Did y'all defeat the? Did y'all defeat going into the playoffs? I'm not talking about Super Bowl. Did y'all defeat the Super Bowl winning champs? No, you didn't.
Again, you just pointed out the whole point of this argument. We're
Hold on.
debating which team is better.
I
You
saw.
just
hold
said
on,
the
hold on.
Eagles have a better team.
I saw Eli Manning. Hold on. I saw Eli Manning taking hits after hits after hits in the NFC Championship and still won that game. Still put them on their back.
Yeah, but if we put both of these teams against each other, who's winning?
The Eagles. You said it yourself.
I take it back.
So that's a better team.
No, it's not.
That's the point of
No,
the
it's not.
argument.
Because if you say that
Oh,
if you put
God.
these two teams up against each other, and you say
You said the Eagles are blowing them out.
you said that, then that
On paper,
yeah,
on paper,
okay, yeah.
that's on paper.
Well, if we're just
What's the
talking
point
about
of this?
everything,
What's the point of this debate, Fred?
what do you
Which
mean?
team's better, right?
The Giants are better. You want to?
You think they have a shot to beat
Yes,
the
yes,
the 2017 Eagles?
Yes, because they got hot in the playoffs.
Yeah,
Because they got hot in the playoffs.
and then that's what it is. This was
It's not just the playoffs that we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's the whole season.
the playoffs don't have no implications into
I
this.
said the whole season.
Yeah, the Giants.
No.
Yes.
Which team was the number one seed?
See, look, now he's bringing back the number one seed.
Because it's proving my points.
They both won the division.
It's proving my
Oh,
point.
They both won the division.
That division was ass that year. Let's be
What? Are
They
you?
won a division off of 9-7 to 1.
They had to beat the Cowboys to get into the playoffs and win the division. What are we talking about?
At 9-7. The Eagles won the division at 13-3.
We can go back in history. The Eagles have won the division with 9-7.
to be fair, if we're doing all that,
Oh,
if we're talking all that, I'd say the Giants have a if we're going to talk about the better underdog story from the 9-7.
That's not the argument that we're having.
Yeah,
but you're bringing up
The argument was not who's the better underdog story.
Who
The
the-
argument was
All right,
which
wait.
team is
Hold-
better.
Hold on. Who would you rather have, Nick Foles or Eli Manning? Because they both played in the Super Bowl.
Eli.
I won the argument now.
No, that's one player.
I won the argument now. Who would you rather have, Victor Cruz or Alshon Jeffrey?
okay, look,
This.
bro, look, and to be fair, nobody here is actually going to win the argument because you should know that these two ain't going to give up.
The only reason why
I proved my point multiple times in this video.
he's bringing up the fact,
You said it from your own mouth.
If I brought up the
I'm
07
picking the
hold on.
Eagles over the Giants. Did
Hold
he or
on,
did he
because we
not?
talked about it. We talked about it. If I brought up the 07 Giants, their playoff route was harder than your beloved 2017 Eagles. Because you know why?
That's not the point of the
No, because I'm bringing it up.
Stupid.
No, because I'm bringing it up.
It's a better team.
No, because you want to say this, right?
It's
Well,
not what route they took to get there.
Yes, it does have.
It's
It does have.
but also, this is a debate, so I mean,
So we're not. So we're not gonna put. So we're just gonna push the playoffs. How they got there. Both of these teams. We're gonna push those out the window and just be like,
It's a
whoever.
better team, not better route of getting there.
That includes it.
this is why I'm in this seat.
That includes it, bro. What?
Make this shit make sense.
It includes it.
Oh.
So if the Giants
Better
and
team, not better schedule.
Well,
That's the whole point of
Let's-
this video.
so
Better team.
you got final thoughts? We'll let each of you speak.
Eli Manning is better than both
Yeah,
of the quarterbacks. Come on.
You have
I'm gonna say this, man.
Yeah. without being interrupted,
If you don't want to put
and then he'll go.
if you don't want to put the schedules or how they beat the playoff teams that they got to the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
why are we having this argument then? Why? He wants to say Eli Manning, he already got a Super Bowl. He already got one. Well, he can't do it again. You know how hard is it to beat the same team twice? Twice?
I'm ready.
On clutch- on clutch game-winning drives? That's why I say it. 2011 Giants
All right.
team underdog story.
Now you're uninterrupted final thoughts.
The debate was which team is better, not which underdog story is better. The Eagles that year went 13-3, number one seed, had arguably an MVP candidate before he blew out his knee. All the Giants had was Eli. Where does that make the Giants a better team? Please let me know down in the comments.
You can end it now.
That's been, Heat Check debate with the boys here at Empire Heat Check. More of it'll come. We'll do different things about it, but comment down below on what you liked and your thoughts on the whole debate. Who did you think won, the Will or Chris? Put in the comments. Yeah. So, make sure you follow us down in the description below. Our X/Twitter, whatever you want to call it, or on our Instagram, or Spotify.
If you're on Spotify, rate that thing 5 stars right now. Or I'm gonna have Nick Sirianni give you a rah-rah speech.
That's crazy.
Also, make sure you find all of our other videos. Go watch our podcast episodes about the entire 2025 season so far. We got some good videos. We'll be coming out with a lot of more predictions on big wrestling and all that. So, thank you guys for watching. We love you guys.